Hello to all my friends out there. So it's another day. So I was thinking, we're going to have to adjust to the way things are to be able to get by in the most prosperous way possible with the amount of money that we have or that we earn. But understanding what is actually going on really helps. Okay, so we know we're in some kind of a shift, and we know it's affecting us all, and we know that it's probably contrived. So I think one of the things to understand is consumerism. Consumerism is the idea that increasing consumption of goods and services purchased in the market is always desirable, and that a person's well-being and happiness depends fundamentally on obtaining consumer goods and material possessions. So the things we buy, the places we live, the cars we drive is going to make us happy. Well, it's going to give us a higher standard of living if we have, a better car, a better house, and we're going to feel much better. We all know that. But what's happening is the pandemic is causing it to be very difficult for people to work and get these items. And furthermore, Walmart and Target have had a heck of a year. So this consumerism idea is pretty new. They're attributing one of the beginning persons that came up with this as only 1955, and it was John Bogus, 1955, and he was a member of Ford Motor. Consumerism as a substitute for capitalism, to better describe the American economy. So instead of like a capitalistic society, we would be more like a consumerist society, which was kind of interesting because of all the people you think were capitalists probably would be Ford, right? Capitalism, an economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners such as Ford for profit rather than the state. So what's happened are these big companies are controlling the goods and services. The smaller businesses are not able to work or operate because of a COVID. This is just the beginning. And then we have this huge population of consumers, and what's happening, they're saying, is that they're buying online, and when they buy online, and the online buying is only like 14%. But when they're buying online, they're buying more, probably because they don't want to horse around, so they're just buying a lot and, get it over with. Buy like a pallet of toilet paper. So like if you're kind of poor, you might be a bit stymied as to what to do about this. So I was thinking the only thing that can be done about this is we have to go backwards, and we have to cut the consumption of consumer goods and services, because if you have less money, for one thing, you can't acquire this stuff. You have to go down to just acquiring what is gonna let you survive for a while. It's probably a good idea to get off that hamster little wheel, get off of it and take a step back and say, okay, what's actually going on here? And try to figure out how we're going to be able to function independently of these systems that are being set up, which is really not that hard. I saw this man who was like 100 years old, living pretty good too. And one of the things he did is, if you have one item, don't buy another item. Buy your items used. Use it up. Stop, buying into this. I have to have all of this stuff, and try to figure out what we're going to do now. And so I'm going to be focusing on that, how I can, live, basically what you want to do is you want to decrease the consumerism. Just, stop spending so that you can survive. Out here in San Diego, it's very, very expensive. So anyway, you guys, that is my input, and God bless you all.